With Valentine's Day fast approaching, we often seek fragrances that are on the sensual, romantic, intimate, and perhaps even flirtatious side of things. Well, in today's Cephalabon contributor video, I'm going to be going over this co-curated list between myself and Michelin Kamen of Cephalabon. These are all amazing fragrances that are very flirtatious and romantic and sensual, and they're perfect for a date night. I'm excited to give you my thoughts on these fragrances, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I tell you about these 5, because this is part 1 of 2, 5 romantic date night sensual fragrances, also tell you about a special giveaway, I want to start things off by saying that if you're a fan of fragrance related content, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell icon so you could be notified whenever I do upload future videos to the channel, and of course give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it or if you took something of value from today's episode. It would really mean a lot to me, and the thumbs up would help the YouTube algorithm considerably. Now, if you're interested in participating in the giveaway and there are multiple eligible bottles as part of this giveaway, all you have to do is shoot on over to cephalabon.com. That's the first step. It's going to be the first link down below in the description box. After you've read through the article, just become a registered reader, leave a comment, and that's all you got to do. Just make sure to check back on over to cephalabon.com on the date that's mentioned in the article, so that's when the winners are going to be announced. Best of luck, and with that being said, let's jump straight into the list. You know I couldn't make this list without including this powerhouse, such an amazing fragrance. I've had a bottle of it since like 2011, 2012. This one by Tom Ford is Noir de Noir. Now, this is part of the private blend lineup. And of course, we think of Valentine's Day or we think of intimate, sensual, romantic fragrances. We might think of ingredients like chocolate and rose, and this has both of them, right? So you have that nice sort of sensual, romantic rose ingredient in here. Definitely exotic smelling. That chocolatey patchouli, that earthiness is so dense and so rich. I truly love this one. Of course, by Ramon Monegal, we have a Tractone Musk, composed by Ramon Monegal as well. This one came out last year in 2022. This one is not only rose, but there's also jasmine and lilac, some sandalwood and raspberry and musk. It has a lot of really nice, creamy, sensual, intimate ingredients in here. Of course, it's not as sweet as something like a Noir de Noir. And that's not to suggest that in order for a fragrance to be sensual or romantic, it has to be sweet. It's all about the memories that it evokes and the personal connections that people make, because at the end of the day, it's all subjective, right? But this would work great on a date night, any occasion. The performance on this one is about 8 hours. Noir de Noir, for this bottle at least, is about 10 hours. I don't know if recent batches have changed that up a bit, but for me, I do get about 10 hours longevity with Noir de Noir, and I get around 7 hours, let's say, with a Tractone Musk. The performance for both of them is very good. Noir de Noir is probably a little bit better for the colder weather because the Tractone Musk has that clean, billowy cloud of musk in the base that many people might reserve for the hotter weather. Of course, we also have another standout hit. This one is from the brand Montal. It's called Chocolate Greedy. This one has this beautifully decadent chocolate note in here. It's definitely reminiscent of like a Ferrero Rocher chocolate. There's also, believe it or not, vanilla and dried fruit and tonka bean, and there are some other ingredients in here as well. A touch of bitter orange too, if I'm remembering correctly, but it really does remind me of Ferrero Rocher chocolates, which are some of the more delicious chocolates out there. I haven't had one in like 15 years, but I do remember the taste of it. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fragrance. And again, if you're looking for something with that sweet touch or that sweet edge for Valentine's Day or whatever romantic occasion you happen to find yourself in, Chocolate Greedy is amazing. Next, we have an amazing composition by Christophe Laudermiel. This is like the 5th or 6th time I'm talking about this fragrance on my channel, and I've spoken about this brand on my channel well over a dozen times because I truly love them. The brand is Strange Love NYC, and the fragrance is called Melt My Heart. Even the name of it, like, you already know it's going to be a sensual, romantic date night type of a fragrance. So this fragrance has this beautiful dark chocolate note, one of the most realistic chocolate ingredients I have smelled in a perfume, but it's also accompanied by agarwood and orris. The orris is really starchy and smooth. The agarwood just gives it enough of that in the background that retains the longevity and makes it quite the resolute composition. It's such a beautiful fragrance. If you haven't tried it, this brand has a lot of standout hits. Melt My Heart is definitely one on the more gourmand side of things, but the longevity of it is just as good as the longevity of other fragrances from the brand. This one is going to get you 10 or perhaps even 12 plus hours. Very strongly concentrated. Chocolate Greedy is going to get you in the vein of 8 hours. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and reveal the number 1 fragrance on today's list. Now, keep in mind, this is part 1 of the top 10. So if you're interested in hearing what my next 5 are going to be, just subscribe to the channel. I should be dropping that video in a week or two. We'll see how it goes. Now, this fragrance is on the indie side of things. The rose oil that's used in here is such high quality. If you are a fan of rose, this one will completely shock you. I love how natural it smells. It's so multifaceted. The personality is just so dense. It also has fir balsam and cedarwood, and there are some other ingredients in here too, kind of grounding it, maybe even giving it a bit of a spicy personality. So this one is a rose that's not as sweet as Noir de Noir. If you're looking for a sweeter experience, go with Noir de Noir. If you're going for a really natural, very suave, romantic experience with a natural and organic smelling rose ingredient, you have to go with Rostracto by Rogue Perfumery. This is one of the best releases from this brand, and I love a lot of fragrances by Rogue. I love L'Homme à la Croix, I love Vetifleur, I love Bon Monsieur. There's a lot of fragrances. I mean, this brand has a history that goes back many years, but Rostracto is one of the more recent releases, and it's such a beautiful release. I actually did an interview with Manuel Cross, who is the perfumer and founder of the brand. If you're interested in watching that video, I'm going to do my best to remember to leave a link to that down below. But these are 5 amazing date night, romantic, sensual, close encounter, and intimate types of fragrances that can be worn flawlessly on a day such as Valentine's Day. Even if you're at home by yourself, say you don't have a Valentine, that's perfectly fine. You can still wear these to sort of put you in that upbeat, lighthearted, sort of mood-raised mood, if you will, right? If you just want to make yourself happy, I think these all have a quality that will allow you to do that. It definitely transforms your aura. But thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate your viewership and your support. What are some fragrances that you consider to be great date night fragrances on the romantic side of things? Leave your comments down below. Also, if you would like to participate in the giveaway once more, you may do so by visiting cephalabon.com. That applies for all the people that maybe missed it in the beginning of this video. Links are going to be down below. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please do consider showing your support for the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell and give it a thumbs up. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.